Hi. It is a little humid outside, not a fan of humidity, so I am inside today, and I thought what better way to pass the time inside than to read. I do that anyway, but I wanted to share some local authors with you, and today I'm going to start with one. I'm going to do a brief video because that is kind of my plan, to make these short so you can get through them and be introduced to things happening in Kankakee County, including people, that maybe you don't know about, and I think you should. So I'm going to start with one local author who is also a business owner. She owns Resourced Wellness, and it is at 232 Main Street Northwest, and I have actually taken a video of that building. If you're interested, in learning more about her or her business or finding this book, I will link her website in the description to this video. But briefly, I do want to talk about a book she wrote that I have here. I have purchased it, called Finding Myself Facing Cancer. It is an intimate, account of Sarah's multiple cancer diagnoses, one when she was fairly young, and how she has, incorporated that into her life in ways that she had never imagined. She is a speaker, a local speaker here in town. She does a lot of outreach. I actually met her for the first time when she came to the school I was working in, and she did on a professional development day. And I met her, and I had realized that I had actually met her before, because one of the things that I used to love to do on Saturday mornings was go to the original Stefari Cafe in the Majestic. And while I still do enjoy going to Stefari at both of their locations, one of the reasons I enjoyed their first location so much was because they had this high top bench that sat at the window and you could look out on Schuyler Avenue, and that was my Saturday morning. I would get a book, I'd go over there, I'd get their it wasn't ham at the time, it was an egg and a cheese croissant, and I'd sit there with their cup of coffee, and I would read and just kind of, start my weekend that way, and I loved to do it. And I had realized that there were a few times I was there that Sarah had been there. I did not know who she was at the time, and a couple of times she had been sitting up at that bench by herself, and I had asked her if she would mind if I sat at one of the other, I believe it was 3 or 4 seats. She didn't mind, so I had no idea that was her. And so in a small town like what you have here in Kankakee County, that happens a lot, where you are bumping into people before you know who they are, and then after you know who they are. That is just something that happens in a smaller town more often than in a larger town. It probably does happen in a larger town. Okay, so that is the first book and local author that I want to spotlight, and I will continue to do this. Hopefully, that is my plan. And again, the book is called Finding Myself Facing Cancer. I apologize for that. It is a very good book. I read it within a few hours. And like I said, it is a very personal account, and it is a nonfiction book, and I will link her website in the description. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. And I don't know what that one is going to be, depending on the weather. It might be another one of these, and I have other local authors lined up to do, so that's something I may do shortly. And I do also want to say before I end this that she has no idea that I decided to do this today. This is no way a promotion, a paid promotion, or anything like that. This was just something I decided to do on my own. All right, well, thank you and have a great day.